So to start off this look, I'm just going to go in with my pretty much everyday foundation routine as the base. So I'm going to take this Maybelline matte foundation and buff that in with a damp sponge. So once the foundation is all buffed in, I'm going to go in with this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and use that to highlight my face. Then taking that same damp sponge as before and buffing out all of the concealer. Next, I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in a darker shade and use that to cream contour my face. Then going in with my favorite stippling brush by e.l.f. and using that to buff out all of the cream contour. Next, I'm going to take my Airspun translucent powder and making sure there's no creases in the concealer that we just put down. I'm going to take that and just set everywhere we put the concealer. I'm not going to bake, and I'm not going to put too much powder because we're definitely going to put cream makeups and more concealer over top, but this is just to set it for now and make sure there's no creasing. Then taking this Bare Minerals bronzer, I'm going to use that to warm up the rest of the face and kind of go over the places that we cream contoured. Gonna quickly take some more of that Airspun powder and just under bake the contour to make it a little more sharp and defined. I'm gonna let this powder bake for a little bit to really define that contour, and then going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, I'm just gonna carve out my brows. I went ahead and filled my other brow in, and now I'm gonna buff away that underbake with this giant powder brush. Next, taking my Control Freak Brow Gel by NYX and just setting my brows with that. Now grabbing the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which is what we're going to use to make this look. It's got a bunch of really great rainbow colors, which is perfect for Halloween. Going back in again with that Shape Tape Concealer to highlight the lids even more and make the eyeshadow really pop. Starting first with this super bright yellow color, I'm going to take my blending brush and just really start to pack this onto the lid. It's pretty pigmented at first, so it's not too tough, but I did spray a little Fix Plus on my brush to really help pack it and make this color pop. Going in now on that second eye with the same color and blending it in, and just continuing to do this process over and over again until both eyes are completely colored and pigmented. Going in with more Shape Tape Concealer to really brighten underneath the eye to make a solid base for the eyeshadow we're about to put down. Now taking the bright purple shade from that same palette and buffing that all underneath the eyes. So now that I look like I got punched in the face, I'm going to go in with the black at the bottom of the palette and use that to really buff into my crease and kind of create this smoky eye socket look. Doing the same process on the other eye now, and definitely don't worry about being too perfect with this. It's just kind of the base for the black paint we're about to put over. Now I'm going to take this white eyeliner pencil from NYX and just sort of draw where I'm going to paint the black. I like to do this ahead of time so I kind of have an outline. It definitely by no means has to be perfect either because again, this is just like an outline of where the black paint is going to go, but it definitely helps to know before you put the black paint down. Now going in with the NYX liquid eyeliner, I'm just going to use that to line both the upper and lower part of my lids and use that to kind of elongate the tails in the inner corner and the outer corner. Now taking this cream black face paint, I'm going to go over the areas I already outlined and start to fill in the whole eye look. Now that both sides are fully painted in, I'm going to go back in with that black eyeshadow shade and just buff out and blend in the crease to make the eyeshadow and the face paint pretty seamless. Going back in with that Shape Tape Concealer, you guessed it, and using that to just highlight the inner corners and make the yellow shade pop a little more. I'm going to take a little bit on my fingers and on my brush and just buff it out to make the yellow a little brighter. Going in now with a little mascara, I'm going to pop this on the upper and lower lashes. This is Better Than Sex by Too Faced. And then I'm also going to take some really dramatic fake lashes and pop those on as well to help bring this whole look together. Going back in with that purple shade, I'm just going to buff out underneath the black paint and just really help bring pigment to that color and just help blend it all around. Next, taking a small paintbrush, I'm going to start to paint on the nose with that same black face paint. And then dabbing off my lips, I'm going to go in with that same face paint and just start to paint over my lips. Don't worry if the lines on the side of your face aren't coming out completely even, because you can just go in with a little bit of concealer like I am here and just really help carve out that line. Gonna go in with a little bit of white face paint and kind of create this little fake highlight look on my nose and my lip. And then taking my favorite highlighter by Maybelline and kind of going over those little highlight spots to make them pop a little more. Then using the bottom of the paintbrush to create the dots on the points of the triangles below the eyes and above. Lastly, it's time to paint that faux collar on my neck, so I'm going to go in with a foam brush and take the red face paint and just start to paint stripes down my neck. Word to the wise, go in with the white face paint first on these stripes, not the red. I think I just got excited to use the red first, but when I started to put the white down, it began turning pink. So unless you want to wait 10 minutes for the red to dry, just go in with the white first. And this is the final look. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Happy Halloween!